of the internet, my name is Udo Jagero, and this is Dialogues Jagero, and today I am with Mr. Salano in the house. Salano, I have just looked at it, and man, 5.4 million views. 2 point something, 3 point, blah, blah.
Millions.
Thank you very much for coming to Dialogues Jagero, and I'm so glad that this is working well for both of us. You know, sometimes you might be having a collabo, and one is saying, sasa mimi kazi yangu mbona haionekani kwa hii
No fruits.
No fruits of labor. But I'm so glad that we are you know, building this together and going somewhere together. Even though as well Sasa is not working.
Now that must be fixed.
I will fix it.
That must be fixed.
People on the internet, this guy has got books on Hustle Sasa.
Yeah.
We will provide a link on the description and I will make sure that Hustle Sasa is working.
Exactly,
okay?
yeah.
So today, and your wife came here, which is amazing.
You see, people have been like, where is this wife? Show us your wife.
Hey,
let her come and speak.
Yeah.
Yes. Now they have heard from the horse mouth.
Yeah.
No more doubts.
I love it. It is a house with the blessings in you.
We thank
That's
God.
what they say.
We thank God.
We are talking about cheating in marriage.
Yes.
Cheating in marriage.
Should it always end in divorce?
Yeah. A lot of people, you know, when I tell people that my first sexual intercourse was in marriage, people are like, story.
Even, and you see, that's for me, it's an achievement. But I had Kibe telling you, you can't have one body count. You're not normal.
Yeah, Kibe.
Because people have made normal things to be abnormal, and the abnormal things to be normal.
Do you think that people have normalized cheating?
It's a normal thing that if you are not cheating, then you are not a real man. You're not a real man. So you must be at least cheating. You must have a side chick to fit in the society. But as we are now trying to take this train back to where it should be going.
The train.
The normality is that you should not be cheating.
Yeah.
You see, I always take cheating like this. I have a 10-year-old boy and I have a 3-year-old boy. When I go with these two kids to the supermarket, the 10-year-old boy will be looking at the things in the supermarket. He'll just be like saying, I like this car, but I saw one on YouTube that was better than this. And then he goes away. He'll even see things that he likes, but he won't be like he wants them. He'll be commenting about them. But my 3-year-old girl will want everything she sees. Give me that. Buy me that. I love the pink. No, I want the blue. So she wants everything. And I think once you mature, even when you go to the supermarket, even if you have 20K, you maybe just spend 2K and go home. You don't have to spend all the money on everything that you have to see. Not that anything you see, you have to buy it. Now, I always take men who cheat and play around a lot, like this small girl, because they still don't know what they want. So anything they see excites them and they have it. But a man who has grown up, he has matured and he knows what he wants in life, just one thing is enough for you. You won't be needing more toys around you. Like you have a car. There's no need of you buying other 7 cars. That one is enough to take you where you want to fulfill your transportation issues. So I think when you see a man want this lady, he wants this one, he has what, he's a man who is he's sick. He's sick, he needs healing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, to today's topic about marriage ending, infidelity, causing a divorce. We are told that 71% of marriages that encounter divorce, that encounter infidelity cases end up in divorce. But me, I would want to focus on the 30 that don't end up in divorce, because that means not all marriages that encounter infidelity end up in divorce. Okay? So we'll talk about that. But before that, there is a model in the Bible. We've been talking about the threes in most of our shows. 3 things like love, trust, and respect. We talked about God, man, and wife. We talked about things like the cow, the bull, and the burden behind. We talked about the 3 stones that hold us. We have the Holy Spirit, God, the Father, God, and God, the Holy Spirit. 3. We have mind, body, soul, and spirit. We have a yoke, the white part, and the what? The outer, what is called? The shell. So we see many things are existing in forms of 3s. Now, if you look at how God told Moses to build the altar in the Old Testament, it was a very good model of the 3 parts. The outer part was called, we had the outer court, the inner court, and the Holy of Holies. Or the outer court, the holy place, and the Holy of Holies. The outer court, this is a place whereby sacrifices were being made. It was a very dirty place. It's like the slaughterhouse. Do you see how slaughterhouse looks like? It's always smelling. And this is a place whereby all Israelites were allowed to reach. They will come and stand there. It's whereby these people they are slaughtering animals. There was a lot of blood in tunnels going through a very dirty place. You know, when we talk about a priest in the Old Testament, that man was very dirty. Always bloody on his body. Ni kuchinja na kukula, kuchinja na kula. That's why even you see a man like Eli, the one who took over Samuel, or the one Samuel took over from, he just died because he was very fat. Aliamka na akakufa tu. Because of his body. They used to eat a lot of meat and a lot of things there. So that part was called the outer court. It was accessible by anybody. All Israel were allowed to come there. Then we had the inner court. The inner court is a place whereby only the priest was allowed to come in. And this inner court had it had the shewbread, it had the golden lampstand, and then it had the incense, where they burn the incense. Like now the prayers going to God. And then a priest could come there anytime. And then we had the Holy of Holies, the inner part. Now this Holy of Holies, the priest will only come there once in a year to atone the sins for Israel. And when he's going in, he had to have a rope around his waist so that in case he dies there because of the sin, maybe they were not very he did not do a very good sacrifice. If he dies there, they have to pull him because you can't go, they will also die there. Now, when we have these three levels, it also tells us about the levels of relationship that we should have. Look at also Jesus. Jesus had 5,000 people. He will tell them parables, vile anataka. Then he had the 12. He could call them aside and talk to the 12. And then he had the three. John, James, and Peter. As now he will now tell them the secrets of the kingdom.
Is it true that they were actually closer to Jesus than the other 12?
Yes. If you look at the transfigurations, these are okay. Even if you look at the disciples of Jesus, who else do you know right now that maybe he has a book or what? James, he was part of Jesus. Peter and John. Yeah.
There are others.
Okay, na Bartholomew,
they do not
Judas, Nani.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had these people who are very close to Jesus, and in fact, John called himself the most loved. In fact, he even knew who was going to betray Jesus. He knew. So he was someone who Jesus could share secrets with. So even in our cycle, we should have those three levels of people. I'll talk about those three levels. So of communication now. That's what now I'm now headed.
Yeah.
So now when we come in a marriage setup, we have three levels of communication. We have the outer core communication or the outer court communication between the couples. And then we have the inner core, then we have the Holy of Holies. These three types of communications are going to determine whether this your marriage is going to work or it's going to fail. The outer court communication mostly focus on things like the politics of the country. Have you seen a Pope amekufa? The Pope died here. So who is going to be the next Pope? Did you hear that an MP was shot? This Kasongo government is so tough. The taxes are so high. These are conversations that you can have with any other stranger. You can discuss the economy of the country. You can discuss how the roads have been poorly made. The MP is not performing. The movies. We can talk about how Arsenal was beaten is going to take in the next season. We can talk about Man U. Those are general stories that you can take with any other person. So you find that couples are focusing so much on such stories. It means their communication is slowly dying. Then we have the inner court or the holy place. This now we talk about things that affect us indirect, like children. I said children are not part of the marriage. Yeah. So things like, have we paid the fee for our kids? Where is James? I haven't seen him since yesterday. Have they eaten? Have the rent been cleared? Is our car taken to service? Okay, how is our building going on? How is the business? So we talk about our things that affect us indirectly. So you'll find couples just talking about business, family, mother-in-law, children, the animals, school fees, rent, bills. That is the inner core. Then we have the Holy of Holies, communication. This is communication between me and you alone. We don't talk about anything. It's about me and you. How are we progressing as a couple?
Okay.
Do you think for the last 3 years, have we improved? You say that I suffered temper. Do you think I have changed? Do you think I'm becoming a better man? Look at our sexual life. Do I satisfy you?
Shit.
Yeah. Do you think I'm fit?
That's a question that you ask in marriage.
Yes, we do ask. We do
I satisfy you?
Yes. Do I satisfy you? Do I meet? Because you see, there is that level of you feel, I've received the dose. And it's like you feel like you still needed more, but you are left in suspense. So do I satisfy you? Okay? Is my game up to par that you want? So, okay, when was the last time we spent out? When do we take lunch last? When do we spend out last? When do we just have time for us to talk and maybe go for a movie? The two of us. So we're talking about how can we improve your communication? How can you improve our relationship? How far have we grown? That's the inner core. So if you find that couples spending so much about the holy of holy communication, these are married that can never know about what divorce is. Because these are married whereby they are so close, that they are so intimate, that even a small secret comes in, I'll tell you. Maybe there's someone I say, I'll not tell my wife about this money. It's small. Then I'm like, anyway, there's some money I got somewhere. I find myself saying it because it has become.
You tell your wife about the monies that you've gotten somewhere.
Yes, and I was just like, this one I'll do it for my own things. I don't have to tell.
Really?
Then I'll be like, when I'm with her, anyway, there's this money that I got. So I just find myself saying it because we've become so close that even if I'm eating at a hotel and he's not there, I feel like I'm cheating on her. So you feel that there are things that you can't do on your own. Yes. So maybe I'll have to tell her, by the niko hapa, I'm in Kakamega, I'm eating chicken. So
I need to learn a little bit about telling my wife about my monies.
It is by the way you find it becomes a very easy.
I feel like it is unnecessary.
She doesn't need to know about it.
Yeah, she doesn't need to know about it.
Anyway, it's my money. I worked and earned it.
Yeah, but you find that it's important for you to tell your wife about the money.
Me, I don't say that. I find it's important. I just find myself saying it.
Okay.
And
why do you find yourself saying it?
Because we have become so close, such that we can't hide in that even doesn't seem to be hidden. So
Holy of Holies.
Yes, we are in the Holy of Holies. So even the other day, my wife was like, now you see, I had some money here. I've bought 1, 2, and I was like, why are you telling me all those? And I must be accountable. I'm telling you, no, you don't have to tell me. Because if you tell me all those things, I feel like I'm a stingy man. Pesa nilikuwa nimenunua hii, nikanunua hii, alafu nikanunua. I'm like, why are you telling me that? Yeah. So I haven't asked her to do that, but she just felt that I think I should tell my husband how I've spent the money. So unless you find someone now who are very far apart, you don't care. Someone bought a car. Okay, you bought a new car. It's none of your business.
Car is a bit of a big deal.
So, people are buying plots and building up to the buildings without even their wives knowing. Wives are landlords, and even husbands are living in their house without them even knowing. You are paying rent to your house without knowing.
Because you're rushing through it. At what?
We have women having houses, plots they've bought, and they moved that plot, and the husband pays rent to them without knowing you are staying in our house, in my wife's house. So buying a car is nothing. We have men having matatus on the road, but wives know nothing about it. People have properties. They buy properties without even telling their wives, and it's to them it's nothing. It's nothing. So when you start buying a car, you are like, oh yeah, a car is a big thing, but to him it's nothing. I just bought a plot of 20M and I'm building a story building, and she doesn't know about it. And it's none of her business because she's also minding her own business there. So when we meet, we just talk about the politics of the country. We talk about...
if the man dies suddenly, how does the wife know about this property?
Maybe the man, the mother is the only now in charge of such things. Now you'll find that now the mother knew.
The mother knew.
Or the sister knew.
Oh.
Or you'll find there's someone who knows, but not the wife. Why? Because they've drifted apart. When these people meet, they only talk about...
What is the real reason why the wife doesn't know about these properties?
Because I don't find a reason why I should confide in you. I don't have enough evidence to trust you. That if I tell you this thing, you see, I was so happy to see Ogola's, General Ogola's, how do you call it, will. You saw his will?
No, I did not see his will.
His will was on the newspaper.
No, I did not see it.
It was just my wife, my son and daughter. This one to my wife. This one to my son and my daughter. This one. It was about his wife and his son and daughter only. This is a man who had put his family in. I wish to be a man like him.
Really?
This man, he is a man who valued his house. The men who, when they die and the will is read, 80% is going to the mother, to the brothers. Now the widow remains suffering. Now she's like, this boy is staying so good. So maybe you find that next of kin is my mother. The next after that is my son and my daughter. My wife is not anywhere in my will. So all the wealth is put under these children and these relatives, but not my wife. What happens? Because there was drifting, there was unfaithfulness, there was no trust in that marriage, there was no respect in that marriage. So I feel like
the question that I keep wondering about these marriages is that why are you in that marriage with that woman? Kwani, have you been chained to that woman? Because I feel like sometimes you must not be together in that case.
Now, people are in marriages because of so many reasons.
What are the reasons why people are in marriage?
Because of my children. It's one of the reasons. I'm just saying because of children. Number two is if we break, what will people say? We had a big wedding. People saw us celebrating. We've been on social media, people are seeing us. If we break up, what will people say? So we are here because of what people will say. So we're in this house, we have agreed. We are going to be spending different bedrooms, but we divorced long time ago. I'm sorry to use this game, but you saw the story of Akina Simon Kabu. They said that thing happened many years ago, the divorce, but they'll be just staying together. But now she could not hold anymore. They had to let the story out. So when some people are going now to divorce they're going to court to divorce their marriage, it didn't begin that day. It's been a very long journey of mistrust, poor communication, drifting apart, unfaithfulness, cheating, and then now you say, okay, I can't chase her. We have a business together. We have a company we are running together. We have children we are raising together. Why should I chase her away? Let us just stay here. Then remain to just to be there. So you are suffering, or you have your woman who makes you happy, but she's just there as a wife. So if you go to events, let me introduce my wife. But she's just there for the title, but she's not. So when you are now drafting your wills, you can't put this person in your will. You will not.
You cannot.
You cannot. Because you don't trust them, even with your life. That people even think if there's an attempt to my life, I know that first aspect is always my wife or my husband. Someone tried to shoot me, that's my wife, number one suspect, or my husband. The person who was supposed to be there to protect you, look up to you, is now looking to kill you. We have seen cases whereby women are killing their husbands to remain with the wealth. We have seen those who are killing their wives to remain with the wealth. It happens. But you find that they don't go very far. Unapataka investigation, you are the first suspect, you go to the jail, the wealth remains there rotting. So, these are things that could be just prevented a long time ago in a marriage. Yes. So now, when we come to, I will be talking about cheating, infidelity later on. But now, before we reach that point where now we see we don't like each other, we don't communicate to each other, there are things that we see, signs that can show you that we are drifting apart. Couples can be drifting apart without them knowing. Signs like we can't look at each other eye to eye. That's a very simple test that we are drifting apart. When I look at you, you look down. When you're talking, you really avoid eye contact. Our mentor, she told us that with their husband is that they don't talk to something that they don't practice. So me, I'll not talk of something that I don't practice. Like them, they say that every day they sit 5 minutes looking at each other. Eye to eye contact. Sisi hatujafanya hiyo na my wife, but something I think we should try doing it. So they look at each other eye to eye. So as you are looking, you can wink, you can just cheeky. An eye is a very strong window to your soul, to your body, to your spirit. Even the Bible says so. So you find that when you look at someone's eye, it means you are so into them, they are so into you. Now, the moment you begin avoiding eye contact, you're like, look at me, I'm asking you. Look at me and tell me that you're not cheating on me. So you'll be like, look at me and tell me that you're not, look in my eyes and tell me that you're not cheating on me. He will not be able to answer that question if he's cheating on me, because that eye contact will just betray it. But there are those who have learned to cheat and lie. He'll say, now, do you want it this way or this way? Now, I am not cheating on you. With very dry eyes. So I'll tell you which level of cheating is that. That someone can out and tell you that. He can try to avoid your eye contact. So first thing, so I've said sign number one that you're drifting apart is that you avoid eye contact. You can't look at this person in their eyes. When you try to look at them, they look down, they'll try to avoid that. And the one level of improving your intimacy in marriage is that daily eye contact. That I think we'll also begin practicing with my wife every day. Mnaangaliana, mkifinya macho, you're like, It really makes you become very close friends. Number 2 sign is that when you're in a marriage, you are very lonely, but with that person. We are in a house, all of us are in the living room, but everybody's in their own world. I'm on my phone, she's on her phone. I'm doing my things. We feel that I'm lonely. I'm laughing with someone on my phone who is making me very happy. I'm chatting with them and I'm like, I'm smiling. I'm getting joy from somebody else. External joy. Yet there is this person who should be giving me joy. We're in a marriage. We've gone for an outing. We are eating. I'm on my phone. She's also on her phone. But we went out for a date. So we are just eating and everybody's in their own world. We try to go and walk, but kila mtu ako in their own world. Let's go for a movie. We are in the movie, but we don't feel each other. The moment you begin feeling lonely in a marriage, then it means that you are really drifting apart. Another sign of drifting apart is whereby you cannot ask hard questions. You can't ask your spouse hard questions. For instance, we said in our marriage that we should have access to each other's phones. We should be very open to one another. I should come and access your phone, you should come and access my phone. So it has been our tradition. And then, yes, we are happy, and then we begin suspecting that this guy could be doing something behind me. Could there be cheating happening? You're not sure. Then you say, let me wait when he has gone to the bathroom, I go and check his phone. The moment you come and try to open, you find there's a password. And then you say, he has put password. I don't know the password. But if I ask him, we may fight. If I ask him, it may lead to unnecessary war. Let me just let it go as long as I'm peaceful. As long as I'm peaceful. The moment you can't ask tough questions because you fear the outcome or the reaction of your spouse, then you are drifting apart. You will see a case, a woman told that, you see, yes, we are very open. But now, 8 years ago, I found that he had a password. Did you ask him? No, I didn't ask. So you want the password now. After 8 years, now you want the password. You won't get it. You'll have addressed that issue that same day you discovered there was a change. You discovered that your husband is fluttering with the other ladies. You should ask that day. Not wait for another fluttering case. You see, I noticed last year, May, that you are chatting with this lady. I just ignored. Do you see how our parents used to tell us, I watched you yesterday doing this. I left you. Today I've seen you doing that. I've left you. The moment I'm going to catch you, I'm going to give you all those 3. So now we want to carry the same attitude in our marriage. That I saw you chatting with a lady, I left it. This year, January, I saw you chatting with another one, I left it. Now this one we have to address. You not address that issue. You should address at the first point you saw it happening. That's the first place you should begin doing it. Because with the time, we begin becoming immune to what we are doing, and then it becomes a norm. We become immune, and then it becomes a norm. Now, he's chatting, it's okay. As long as just nothing is happening, just chatting alone. Just chatting, just a friend. And then with the time, now it becomes, you are saying that's a friend. Kumba, the things they're already moving in. They're already sleeping around. So before you come and address the issue, it's already late. So you find it's very hard to address such issues. And then we have things like drifting in visions. Like, for instance, like us when we talk about maybe faith. Me, I came from a Pentecostal church. My wife came from an Anglican church. In Pentecostal church...
Which Pentecostal church was that?
PAG, to be specific. So I was raised and bred. Is it raised and bred?
Raised and bred, yeah.
In PAG.
Yeah. Do they speak in tongues?
Yes, and baptized in many waters.
What do you mean baptized in many waters?
It must be a river, big one, not this swimming pool. People are going to the swimming pool and clean water. Yeah. It's be very big where you rebuke frogs and chameleons and snakes from biting. People are going to baptize before you begin the baptism practice.
So where were you guys doing this?
In our church, in the village.
In the village?
Yes.
Okay.
So in a Pentecostal PAG church, we believe in beating those drums so well. And you sing loudly, and you clap your hands. So so loudly until you begin, ladies or women are caught by the very heavy women. Holy Spirit, they fall down. So to us that was now, the Holy Spirit is here. People speaking, there's that time where the pastor says, go before the Lord. Everybody saying their own thing very loudly. It becomes a very chaotic environment.
I want to ask you about this thing about Christianity though. What is speaking in tongues, bro? What do you think that you do speak in tongues now?
Yes, I do.
You speak in tongues?
I do, and I love it.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
But which tongue is it though?
It's a very interesting experience.
Because I thought that actually in the Bible when they talk about speaking in tongues, I thought that those were tongues that were known.
Yes. When I'm speaking in tongues, you may not hear me, but maybe an Arab somewhere will be hearing me.
I hope that you are enjoying that episode, people of the internet. You know, everybody says there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their own town, in their own city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs. Mothers call uncles, uncles call fathers, but there are no jobs, right? Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them. I have worked for a long time online, I think more than 10 years. I work for Americans, I work for Europeans, I work for the Chinese, the Australian, Canadians, Ugandans, name all of them. And last year, I had a eureka moment. I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I have been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a book called Goldmine, 18 Side Hustles for Africans. And it sold a lot of copies. In fact, I was going for, sometimes I was receiving 500 orders in a day. In 2025, something happened. AI came. I think in 2025, AI came. AI came in 2024, but in 2025, it is here with us. And people say AI is taking away their jobs. And for me, I'll say false. There are actually AI jobs. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. We now have in my book 25 online and offline side hustles that you can do anywhere in the world, whether you are in the village, whether you are in your small town, whether you're in a marketplace, whether you are in your house, you can do them. In this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance, drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I have made and lessons I have learned over 15 years in this online job market. You can become an executive assistant to busy folks in Europe, America, and Canada. You can also get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. There are many of them, and they're in my book. You can also build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce without a shilling. You can also become an affiliate marketer or an online English tutor. And you can also do tens of AI jobs, and they're all in these books. If you have a job, that is fine, but I know around you there are so many people that are always looking for jobs and at home watching Netflix. Buy this book for your brother, for your sister, for your mother, cousin, husband, who is back at home all day, all night watching Netflix. Okay? Buy it for your friend, that friend who is always asking you for cash, you can buy this book for them. All the information is in the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or you can go to my website, which is oduorjagero.co.ke. The book is only 1,000 Kenya shillings. Or if you're anywhere around the world, the book is $10. So thank you very much. Back to programming.
I've had that experience where someone said like, you mean you understand our language? I didn't know. I heard you speak that. No, I didn't know what I was saying. So these are not foreign things, but they're saying that when you're speaking tongue, you don't know what you're saying, but you are edifying your spirit. But you don't come and speak in crowd for people because it will not benefit them.
Okay.
So I can't say Rabash on the crowd. It's not helping them. In my house, on my own, my prayer time, that's what I do. Unless you have an interpreter for the crowd, but unless that is not helping them. So now, for us, we believed that noise environment is now the peak of the service. So I take my wife to our church one day, and she's like, what's wrong? People are falling, and she's confused. And me, I'm like, aren't you enjoying this atmosphere, the Holy Ghost atmosphere?
Yeah.
She was like, no, I don't like that madness I saw. I was offended. How do you call that madness?
Yeah, it looks like.
How do you call that madness? Then here I go to their church. And that these people open verse number 174.
Tunaitanga simama keti.
Tukutendereza
Simama keti.
Mnaketi, mnasoma, use it. I was like, guys, where's the present worship session coming in? No, it's not there. The clapping part, there's no drum, there's no keyboard. What? You put this, I could find myself sleeping, and now she is enjoying that so much. Now, this is now the things you'll discuss before you get in marriage. I was born and raised up Anglican. You are raised up and a Pentecostal. How are we going to raise our children? When we get married, where are we going to be praying?
Yeah.
Because according to me, they have been raised in Pentecost. I can't go to Anglican. I mean, I tell you, according to me, I can't go to your Pentecost. So what are you going to do? So most people will dictate their wives. I'm the head. And as the head of this house, I'm saying we are going to Pentecost. And she doesn't want to go there. That's why their conflict has begun. So for us, what we did, we agreed that we'll go to a neutral church. Not PAG, not Anglican. So our first church was CITAM. So we got into CITAM. Yes, all of us were not bad. There's that praise and worship mood.
Yeah, it is a hybrid of both.
Yes, this hybrid of both. So we were there enjoying. Yeah. So when we left Elliot, we went to Vihiga. There was no CITAM. We got to another church also. Slowly and slowly, now we are where all of us are comfortable. Because you find that when you go to church, when you get married, your wife goes to this, you go to the other one. Now kids are there. Where do kids go? Do they go with the dad on Sunday? Next Sunday they go with the mom? Until they are able to make their decision. So they get confused. So these simple things will begin drifting you apart. You don't discuss it when dating, you come married, then you're like, no, I can't go to a church. Let me maintain my SDA. Let me maintain my Catholic. So, okay, go like that. So you find that your church ends at night, ours ends at noon. What are you going to do the remaining of the hours? That's now which is going to cause us drifting apart. And when there's a drifting apart, it means that they're going to be having things like now infidelity coming in or cheating coming in because we are no longer one. There are many I will talk about. There are so many. But just to stop there, I'll talk about we have 3 stages in marriage.
3 stages in marriage.
Yes, we have 3 stages
from
in marriage.
From the time we do the wedding, or from the
first of dating,
from the college.
Let me say the first day you met. From the first time you met to the day you'll die.
Wherever you met. Wherever come in college.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first stage of marriage is called perfect personality.
Perfect personality.
Perfect personality.
Okay.
This stage begins while dating and ends up a few months or a few years or a few whatever, depending on the pace of your marriage, in marriage. So this is a stage whereby all of us try to play perfect roles. I don't want to be seen as a bad man. Neither do you want to be seen as a bad lady. So we'll be very nice to each other. We'll be calling each other very sweet names, very good names. Where are you, my darling? I miss you. I can't eat before you come home. What do I cook? You want to consult on every small thing. Do I put pili-pili or I don't put pili-pili? Do you love more salt or less salt? You want to give them the best. How do you like it when managu is made? Do I boil or I fry? Do you like it with salt or without? So you find that you want to be in this person to ensure that they have the best in their life. This time you don't look at you. You look at them to ensure that they are satisfied. Is this person feeling that I'm the best for them? This is the time now you see now posting on Facebook, wow, husband, God answered. This is answered prayer.
Yeah.
Here comes my answered prayer. I always call him my answered prayer because he's a man, he doesn't have temper, he loves me, he cares for me, he gives me presents. So that's now the past time now you are in Vitenges, marching Vitenges, going to church like peacocks. People want to see us and people are like, you guys, you inspire us so much.
Are you trying to say that I was never in my perfect whatever? What did you call it?
Perfect personality stage.
Perfect personality stage.
Yeah, guys.
Mimi sijaikuwa na kitenge. Wewe umekuwa na kitenge? Uko na kitenge? Me, I think you have got a kitenge.
We had a Vitenges We had vitenges. We used to make vitenges and make sure his patch is somewhere on me, somewhere. We have done those things.
Perfect personality.
Yeah. So people are like, guys, will you inspire us? What's the secret? No, marriage is simple. Just love him. Just submit. He loves you. That's all. So guys, how long have we been together? This is now our second year, and God has been faithful.
Kwanza huko kwa church yenu kuna hizo sana. Uko Valeroad. Uko Valeroad.
Ziko mingi.
Ziko mingi sana. Ziko mingi sana. But I think that perfect personality inakuanga kwa church sana. Si ndio?
Yeah, I'm talking about church boys, church girls.
Okay.
We, the church boys and the church girls, because I'm drawing an explain from where I've come from.
Okay.
So we are that couple that people wants to be like us. Guys will come and visit you, give us some tips of Nini. Don't worry, he'll keep for you notes, because marriage is very beautiful. Now, this stage, if something happens that you guys end up in a long distance marriage after your wedding now, you go back to your working station, I go to my working station, we'll be meeting over the weekend, once in a while. We may remain that perfect personality for the rest of our life. Suppose nothing comes, we come together. Now, the next stage, where we'll focus our study today, it's called the crisis stage. The crisis stage is now whereby now issues have begun coming out. Not that you are bad, but I'm just discovering that I married the wrong man. This man used to love me. Now he shouts at me. This woman who said that what she is now slapping me. So things begin coming out. And this is a very serious stage. This is the point where you tell your wife that I regret marrying you. I regret the day you came in my life.
Oh.
If I was just alone.
Do people say that to their wives?
It happens.
I regret.
And
how do they go on living together after telling somebody
it's
that
a season that if you don't understand it's a season, that's now where most marriages end. This is the crisis stage. Ukisikia ati watu wamedivorce, wanga divorce at crisis stage.
Okay.
That's why this is a very critical stage in a marriage, because if there is any divorce, it happens at crisis stage. If there is any separation, crisis stage. If you're ever beaten for the first time, crisis stage. If there is anything, you carried your bags and went to your home, crisis stage. It's a very clear. I can also call it on the flip side of it that the growth stage.
Is it?
It's a growth stage.
So now you are making it positive.
Yes, because you see, those who survive, they show it as a growth stage.
Okay.
Or a learning stage. Those who see negative only, they call it a crisis stage and the marriage ends there. They can't go beyond that. So, this is now where the true colors of a person comes out. This is now where we first appeared on a show by Diane Massey. It was called Decoded with my wife. Things were bad in our marriage. Okay. Yes, he had a show on Switch TV sometimes back. The Switch TV is no longer there. It was called Decoded. I had anger issues of beating my wife. So,
who?
Me.
You used to beat your wife?
Yes. Because you see, not beat, I just slap. No,
okay,
not like Kiboko, a village. On the plot. No.
I get it.
Okay, I had temper issues as a blood group O, whereby when we begin arguing, me, I don't know how to talk.
Okay.
But for her, she talks. And she talks and she talks and she talks. And I'm like, the only way to silence her is to slap her. So when we went to this show of Decoded, we had our reasons. Why do you slap her? It's because she provoked me. And by the way, I made her believe that it's me who provokes her. So she would say, I'll not provoke you again. Until Diane told us, you cannot provoke a man to beat you. You can't. You can't provoke someone to slap you. You just cannot. If this person just wanted to slap you, that slapping was just in him. He was only waiting for an opportunity to release it. You can't tell someone that you are the one who made me cheat. You cannot make someone cheat. He was just a cheater waiting for an opportunity to come for him to manifest it. You can't say that since money came in our marriage, you became a bad man. You've been a bad man, money just brought it out. So, it's not that money came and then made you bad. Or my wife's talking made me angry and made me slap her. Or my wife not being available for me in bed made me to go and shit. So no one can make you do something. It's always your own personal decision. So my wife was like, you see, I always understand sometimes when we are a fight, when we are quarreling, I raise my voice, I provoke him, then he slaps me. Dan said, no, stop it. Stop it. Never say that you provoked him. He is a wife batterer and he just beat you because it is in him. So if he doesn't work on it, he'll continue even because the men who the wives will call them names and he's just silent. Doesn't mean he's a weak man. The men you will call them names, you'll even stupid man, look at you, you're not even a man enough. He'll just smile and go. He won't beat you because it's not in him. If you call me stupid, I know I'm not stupid. So why should I beat because you call me stupid? I'm not. Unless I am, I'm trying to prove that I am.
Yeah.
I call you that, look at you, you are a foolish man. But according to me, I know I'm not, I'm a brilliant man. So it means that I know myself, I know my identity, I know who I am. The moment I know who I am, even if I thought, you are a dog. Okay, I don't bark. I'm not. But you're like, you're calling me a dog. You're calling me a dog. Me, a dog. You're calling me a dog. It means I don't know even who I am. You can call me a dog. I'm saying, yeah, I think you have a point. I think I'm a dog. You are stupid. Yes, I think I'm stupid. Because when we grew up from families whereby we are not being affirmed, we didn't know our identities. We didn't know who we are. So anything a person calls, you become that thing. And that's what we are suffering from us, many things. We are becoming things that people called us because we don't know who we are. But you grew up knowing that you are beautiful. You are a handsome boy. You are amazing. You are sharp. You are clever. If a teacher calls you fool, you'll say no. I know I'm clever. My dad tells me I'm clever. You got 0, you are stupid. No. I know my brilliance is not determined by what I get in school. I'm a footballer. I'm brilliant. So you find that when someone calls you a name that you are not and you get angered, it means you don't know yourself. So Dan told me, I don't know myself.
Who is this Dan?
Dan Masinde. Dan Masinde is a public figure. You should know him. You should Google him after this. He's also a very serious marriage crusader.
Okay.
Very serious marriage crusader. So he told me you have to know who you are, that you are not a wife batterer. I know. So he was now trying to go back to my home. How was your home? To me, my beating in our home was a normal thing. And the father could begin from the mother coming down to everybody. So when I saw my father beating my mother, I knew it was the word of the day. That's how marriage should be run. So now you have to heal from that. So I healed from that, then it went away. So you cannot say that now I am beating my wife because she provoked me. Or I am cheating because she made me to. So this crisis stage, you'll find that you'll be quarreling almost every day. Every day there's an issue that comes up. A very simple issue like a glass of water on the table. What is this glass doing here? You can't just make the house in order. That small thing will bring a very serious discussion. No. I knew people are always very dirty from your community. I know from your area. I was told your community are very dirty people. And I told you guys are very stingy. You eat too much. Oh, so you are calling our community that we are stingy. As we will even call, we will abuse each other. We will abuse our communities. We will abuse our backgrounds. Because we are in that crisis stage. And I will tell my wife, if I only went to university and studied and got my degree and went out, I'll be having a very big job right now under my comfort and maybe looking for marriage later on. And she'll be like, if only had my dad told me that I go and study, finish, do my master's, finish, and then wed, I will not be here trapped with these kids. Because our kids were, I think, 1 year, or not even 1 year, a few months old. When our kids are young, we're just in that crisis stage. So now you see, I can't do anything. I can't look for a job because I'm in this state with the raising kids for you. And be okay, do what you want. Did I tell you to raise them? Stop raising them. Go if you want to go. I'll go. So, but one thing that God helped us so much, irrespective of us going through that crisis stage, we never involved third parties. We'll go, we fume, and then we'll sit down, and then we come, then we are like, no. I'm sorry I called you this. I'm also sorry I called you this. Okay. I'm sorry you are not foolish. You're also not stupid. I'm sorry I slapped you. I'll not slap you again. So we now begin coming back. Now the problem is many people don't come back to where the mistake was to address it and then move on. That's why we'll have patterns happening in marriage. Same thing keep on happening and happening and happening because you've not addressed it. You've been addressing cheating issue in your marriage for the last 14 years. The same thing. It means You've been in the same position for 14 years. You've never grown. Never moved. It's like you are in a swampy place, stagnated in water. You can't move forward. You can't move someone back here. So your marriage has never grown. And you can have a couple that has been married for almost 5 years, but these have made strides. They know how to solve the issues. They are mature enough. An issue comes, they sit down. What was the problem? I didn't like how you spoke. Okay. Oh, you didn't like my tone? Was it the tone? Okay, I'm sorry. I won't address you like that. So do you promise me that? Yes. So you'll never see this issue coming again because you have addressed it. So under crisis stage is whereby you'll find that you see those people always at hi, admin, hide my ID, I'm so and so. Crisis stage.
Hide my ID.
Yes. Those hide my IDs.
Hide my ID.
My wife is doing this, my husband is doing that's crisis stage.
Hey.
And this crisis stage can go as long until you notice that this is a learning stage. The moment you come another, this is a learning stage. Because as it came to, we discovered that after every argument, we always grow and love each other better. Oh, really? I don't know how this thing came, but we just came to learn that after every argument, we always learn from it. So now, whenever an argument used to come, we now begin saying, okay, what are we going to learn from this? So I leave the house fumed. Then I'll go and sit somewhere under a tree. I'm now like,
what were really the main causes of your feuds?
I'm telling you, under this stage, anything small just brings an argument.
Okay.
But then you find that people who divorce at that age, they call them irreconcilable differences. Can you name them? Because there are very petty things, but very many of them accumulated. he dropped your shirt you dropped the shirt on the floor. He's dirty, he doesn't wash his boxers well. He doesn't know how to wipe himself. He's always snoring. So there are so many small things that you just call them irreconcilable differences. They don't have a name.
I thought that a reconcilable difference was a big difference.
No, there are very small things that you've just failed to address them as a couple.
Big difference.
No. There are very small, but their marriages end because of very small things. You find that when a big issue like infidelity comes in, like cheating comes in, you'll sit down and discuss it. Why did you cheat? But those small things, you just ignore them. And they're saying that the flapping of butterflies can cause tornado in a country somewhere. Just the flapping of the butterfly. So it's those small flapping that will just cause a very huge tornado, not the big ones. Big ones.
Yeah.
Very small ones.
So basically the irreconcilable difference is this accumulation of the small things.
It came, you never addressed. I saw you have anger issues. I said, he's like that. He's always angry. He's always temperamental. I live with that.
So inakufikia hapa. We cannot even imagine breaking them down.
Yes. So when you try to trace where the issue is, you can't even see it. When did he first get angry with you? Many years ago. What happened? I don't know. He's just okay. Why do you want to divorce him? He's just not fit for me. You're not compatible. Why not? Can you be specific why we're not compatible? Many things. What are they? A lot of things. So you can't have specifics. So you find some are in finances, some are in hygiene, some are in terms of cheating, small, flattering here and there, quarreling here and there, doesn't value me, he doesn't respect me, he talks to me the way he wants, he thinks I'm his child, he doesn't see that I'm his husband. Those small, she doesn't submit, he doesn't even love me anymore. So you say I don't love you and I pay rent, I don't love you and I've been providing this house. So for us men, love is defined by what we do. That as long as I've been providing food in this house, it means I love you. As long as I've been paying rent, I love you. As long as I've been ensuring that you guys are not walking naked, I love you. But there is how she wants love to be defined.
That's not love?
That's okay.
Do you think that's not love?
Those are your responsibilities to do them.
Okay.
That's why even sometimes I used to feel offended when I come home with the shopping and she's telling me thank you. I'm like, no, that's what I should be doing. I think thank you should be something that I've done to you personally.
I think my wife also says thank you a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is. I don't like. No, I really don't think so. I really don't think.
Yeah.
Can we use that thank you energy to do something?
Yeah, because you're like, I think I just did what I'm supposed to be doing as a man.
Yeah.
But there's a man who will be offended that you have not said thank you.
Okay.
There's a case we are dealing with that a man reverses money. He had sent out God have never said thank you. This is a real case, not theories.
It's good that these days Safaricom does not reverse. But just for laugh's sake. For laugh's sake. if you send a woman money,
Not a woman, your wife.
whatever, and then she does not say thank you, and then you want to reverse the money, and then Safaricom will call her.
Yes.
And ask her, this guy wants to reverse the money. And then, or we'll call you why you sent it.
The moment I send that message that I want to reverse the money will be withheld.
Yes.
So she won't use the money.
Okay.
And I won't use the money.
Okay.
So she'll be called and be asked, this man has just requested for the money to be reversed, that this is a wrong number. Do we approve? If you approve, press 1.
Yeah, these days they automate.
Yes. If you don't press 1, then Safaricom will assume you refused and it will hold that money. So she won't even utilize that money. She won't use it.
Okay, so if you are called, you don't receive the money, and you don't
pick the call, or you don't reverse the money back to the sender. You not utilize that money. It will be withheld by Safari. It will be between the two of you. So neither can the sender receive or the receiver use the money.
For as long as,
for a period until you two can agree now.
Okay.
So now you'll call someone and say, okay, anyway, I discovered it was the right number. Just release the funds. Or you'll still insist
because the last one Safaricom asked me to reject, and I rejected, and somebody bought a book, and for whatever reason, I think I did not send that book within the period that they wanted that book to be sent. And then they requested Safaricom to reverse that money. But then Safaricom called me and they couldn't find me. But then called me later. By the time Safaricom was calling me, he had already received the book. So I rejected it, telling him that, but you can just, with Safaricom, you can just reject and nothing happens. Yeah.
So what happened? You remain with the money?
Yes, if you reject, you press 1 and reject. But Kitambo, they used to call you like a human being.
No, nowadays it's like robots that do that. The AI or whatever. They're automated. Yeah. So we had a case whereby a husband sends the money to the wife, maybe money for supper. And the wife doesn't acknowledge that, thank you, my husband, for sending money for supper. I have received. So it's like 5 minutes. She's not even a text coming to say thank you. Then the guy reverses. And by the time the money was sent, the wife was like, I was outside washing. So when I come to the house, I see the money has been reversed. I'm like, what? You had sent me some money? You're not a Santi. You can't even say thank you. You ungrateful wife.
But surely, some men, man.
So me, I always feel, and also same thing like me when my wife serves food, I say thank you. She was like, no, you don't have to say thank you that I've served you food. It's my role to cook for you. And like, no, I bought flour, I can't lick that flour. You turned that flour into ugali. I bought meat, I can't eat that meat raw. You made it something now sweet. So I have to say thank you for what you have done. So we have become grateful to each other.
Is thank you very important in marriage?
The etiquette, yeah, the etiquettes. These are words of thank you, excuse me, sorry, please.
So now you are calling them etiquettes, not really.
There are etiquettes from even childhood, as you are raising your children, in your office work, with your staffs. These are words that are universal, not only for marriage. You should use them everywhere. Komatatu, in a bus, where you should use them everywhere.
Okay.
They're just good words to use. Yeah.
But you know, there are some words that are not, like please is not in Luo.
Is it in Luo?
There is no please in Luo.
No, there is.
It is not there. What is the
Asai?
But you can't use asai like that in sentences. you cannot use it like that. Yeah, you cannot say kelna piasai all the time. Like it's negative. It's pretty negative to say
now,
that.
For us in Luyas, tunaongezanga ko nisaidie ko.
Oh, I see.
Nikisema nisaidie hiyo simu, it's like amrubu nisaidie ko na hiyo simu. So nikiongeza ko.
I think Luo, it is just in the tone.
Oh yeah, how you
yeah, it's just in the tone.
Okay.
But then for us then who lived in the village, like for example, the first time I started saying please is when I really got into problems with a British lady, because I never used to say please, and she was offended for a very long time, and there is a day she just went ballast.
You are just saying, give me that, you do this, like ordering her around.
Yeah, if English is your second language,
yeah,
and then also you are not raised with and then the please is not in your language.
In your language, yeah.
So then when you come to English, when you don't insert it, it can sound rude.
And irrespective of your tone.
Yeah. Some people will just find it rude if you say things without saying please.
Yeah. So I think
Even my wife had a problem with it for some time, by the way. Yeah, because I never used to say please a lot. I don't still say a lot of please because it's not really in my.
you like giving orders, and so you have to have a very high tone for. Do it for me. Give me that. Bring that.
No. I try. Maria, I don't know whether I say. Maria, do I say please? I don't.
There's a time we had a disagreement.
Please.
You don't.
Okay.
There's time we had disagreement with my wife.
Okay.
So I was sitting where her drawers are. She wanted to take something from the drawer.
Yeah.
So me, I'm seated. No, she was seated. And I wanted something from the drawer. So I just come and pulled the door and it knocked her.
Okay.
She looked at me and she told me, there is a word called excuse me. I did not answer, but it really pricked. Deep.
It's really pricked.
There's a word called excuse me.
But there are so many words I struggle with. Even this excuse me thing. I really struggle with this word called excuse me.
So there are good words that you can use in marriage.
Okay.
So that's the second stage that is called a crisis stage, or the learning stage, or the stage of growth. What happens in this stage is that when we have an issue in our marriage, we disagree with my wife, or you are even dating, and then you disagree, and then we don't talk to each other. 1 week you don't talk, and then after a few days I'm like, hi, how are you? I'm fine. I miss you too. Okay, so when do we meet? Let's meet today. Then we come, we begin. We don't even go back where the issue was. We come, hey, how are you doing? Then, hey, where have you been? Then we carry life from there on.
Okay.
We have just swept our house, then collected the dirt.
Put it under the carpet.
Put under the carpet or behind our sofa sets. The house is clean. No one is seeing anything. Again, next time it happens again. We take the dustbin, pour outside behind the sofa set. A time is coming. We will either now collectively begin cleaning this dirt, or we'll call them the reconcilable differences.
The carpet is too heavy with dust.
Or the behind the seat is, now the house is stinking. You can't stay there, but you have to stay in that house. So you have to do what? To live. But couples who are in this stage and they discover that this is a learning stage, because after every disagreement, we always learn. So I was saying that we will disagree, then I'll go and just sit under a tree. I'm like, now, or under a river, I'm like, this is so sad. What is happening here? And then I would see my wife's texts coming in. Because I left her also very angry. She'll be like, darling, I think this is an attack to our marriage. Because even me, I'm sitting there, I'm like, this thing. And then you will find that there are always patterns. Like us, we will always argue mostly on Sundays and Thursdays.
Why?
We don't know.
Really?
You'll find that if you've just been very keen, there's always a pattern. On Sundays, we will have very serious, and we never knew. We don't into a Sundays. And now my wife was like, do you remember on the other Sunday when you just came from the church to Kansas to argue? Do you remember last Sunday? So yes, I'm somewhere under a river, I'm seated, very angry. We've just had a disagreement. Because me always like when after disagree, I go and cool somewhere. But her, she wants to solve it right now and then. So I'm under a tree, I'm like, now, what is this happening? Because I begin now saying, it's not us. This is this an attack or what? Then she tells me, darling, do you remember that we disagreed last Sunday? And then the last Sunday we also had a disagreement. Then today is Sunday. Do you think it's normal? I think it's a pattern that you have to deal with spiritually. So we begin now dealing with this pattern spiritually. And then you also discover that every
dealing with it spiritually means that you're praying about it.
Yes, we pray because there are some things you can't tackle them physically. But then most of us, marriage is a spiritual thing. So I can say it's
marriage is a
spiritual entity and maybe few percent physical.
But I also remember the last time that you're telling me that marriage has got rules and regulations.
Yes.
Are you the one that was telling me that?
Yes, I am the one. So those are some of the things, the principles that you have to know very well. That this marriage is a very sacred thing. If you look at people who don't even worship God, things like Indians or Muslims, a Muslim will not cheat on his wife. He'll rather marry a second wife than cheat on his wife. Because he knows this thing it's between me and God. It's more spiritual than just physical. So even I was reading a book for Indians that you'll find that even Indians, there's a place you cannot have sex as a youth. And they respect that so much. Even if you come and drag an Indian man you want to sleep with and he's still 29, he has not yet married, he won't do it. He just won't, because he's saying, I cannot do it. You see now when you're talking about Joseph in the Bible running away, when the Potiphar was trying to sleep down with him, to us you're like, hey, how? In fact, if it was me, that's a chance that has just come. We'll say Joseph was stupid, but there's how they were just ready to some people, you know that this is not something I can do. Because I fear God, because my spirit doesn't allow me, my religion doesn't allow me. So marriage is more spiritual. So we began attacking these things spiritually. Then we saw these things are now reducing. You see something happening, we see a pattern.
So what do you mean? What do you do then during Thursdays and Sundays? You know that is the day of attack.
Yes.
So you be careful.
You wait for that day now to come. But then there is how we also change energy. There's how we can change it. It can even happen yearly. It can also happen. There's a pattern we are discussing with my wife about a pattern of 8th March. It has been a very bad day for me.
Really?
Yes. 8th March, I'm just walking, someone snatches my phone. My phone is gone. I'm walking, someone takes away my camera. On 8th March, this was 8th March last year. This is March this year. So now.
So you've lost several things on
yes.
on 8th March.
And do you know what I did? I was just going through my diaries. I always write down every day's activity. So I took like 4 diaries for 4 years. I look at this 8th March and I was like, my wife, come and see this thing. This is not normal. You remember?
Really?
Yes. You remember when you were in Viga? This was 2018. 8th March. See what happened. Now, I opened all of them. Look at this one here. Look at this one here. I lost my phone on this day. My cameras were stolen on this day. Do you think it's normal? So it's an energy that comes. They say that there is nothing new under the sun. What was is what is. And life is like circular like that. So if that season comes, it will always be finding you there. It will be hitting on you every year. So I said now, this year, 8th March, this year now we were traveling to their home in their village. And I said, I want to make the best of that day. We want to be, because we have already seen it's coming. Now, celebrate. Because it's been a day of crying, complaining, something has happened. So we gave it the best. And that's how we killed that pattern. And then, we were just sitting and we were like, there's this day called 7th September in our day, in our diary.
Is this another black one?
No, now a very good day for us.
Okay.
So we were like, we met 8th September, guy.
At the university?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Our first car, we bought 8th September. Really? When we moved to Kakamega to Nairobi, in this new house, it was 8th September. 7th September. And we never knew that.
That is what you call sorcery?
Not sorcery. Whatever is physical is controlled from the spiritual.
Okay.
They say that physical is temporal, but spiritual is eternal. You cannot have anything in physical. Even this phone, whoever made it, he began thinking about it first. Then he downloaded from the spiritual, and then now made it ikakuja ikapea. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, God knew you and called you, appointed you. So before even your parents were born, God was seeing you somewhere in the spiritual. Then he just brought you in that line. So as you are like, now
you make it sound like we are very important people in life.
Very important. Jagero, we are very, very important.
So
out of millions of sperms, only you came out. It's very important why you are not any other. Because
every sperm is a person?
Yes. Obvious. Every
so?
Sperm has chance of fertilizing the egg. But why yours? So
I was a sperm, right?
Eh?
I was a sperm at some point.
Yes.
Can you
It doesn't make sense.
Can you really?
So now see, so last year
somebody only becomes a human being when they are fertilized. So you cannot claim that a sperm is a person. You can only say that the person is a fusion between the two.
That sperm is only making possible what God already planned. So lazima ikuwe your sperm specifically.
Okay.
It could be any other, but it's just coming to fulfill what this thing was. This Jagero must come. So in either way, he must come. Whether it's through this Indian sperm or the white sperm or the black sperm, Jagero must come.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, so last year, we always knew we wanted to wed on our 14th anniversary, on our 14th year. Na tukasema
on your 14th year?
Yes.
The wedding that you had after
14 years. So, when we were wedding on our 14th year, I bumped into my last year's diary, and I saw, 7th September 2023, we moved to Thika, to this house. And it was a good thing for us. It was a level of growth. So he said it was an achievement. And we are waiting 7th September. So I went and took all my diaries. And I opened my first diary. Guy, we bought our first car on 7th September. I didn't know about that. Guy, this is why I got my first job 7th September. So I saw many things happening. So now, right now, we're not planning anything for 7th September, but it's going to be a big day also for us.
When is your anniversary? When is your anniversary date? Do you have a
That's 7th September now.
Oh, is the anniversary date?
Yes, the anniversary date. That's 7th September. But just took us as a normal anniversary day. But very many good things were happening without even us knowing.
I've never thought about anything good happening to me on specific days or on specific
Okay, you do this. If you always...
But probably because I'm also very forgetful. I really don't...
That's why I'm also very forgetful, so I have to write everything down. Like now, I must write in the evening, everything from morning. That's why
You write?
I write every day. If I don't write that day, I'll feel sick.
Really?
Yes, I must write my diary every evening. I must write how the day has been.
Man. I used to do that. I have got a few, but for me, I used to write emails to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to those emails and see the meeting my wife,
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah, as long as you can put something that you can help you remember. That's a good thing to go. So life is spiritual. So you'll find that there is this, we live in patterns. So you'll find that maybe an opportunity comes on 13th April. You are supposed to meet someone very great. You are on a jam. The guy went away. Another April. Hautajua. So you discover that this is a day that an opportunity always comes and you've been missing it. And if you miss 4th April, until next year again 4th April. So that day, if you'll be very keen, you have an appointment on that 4th April, hata kama ni kulala go and sleep there, or amuka 4, you are on the way going, because you are trying to break that cycle. And the moment you break it, that's it. It never comes back again.
You know, we are about to finish.
We are about to finish, okay. So, now,
we can talk until midnight, bwana.
So
we are past the 1 hour 10 minutes.
No, really, no.
Yes,
No.
you mean I'm watching.
He's spoken for 20 minutes.
I'm watching the machine. Machine is saying 1 hour.
You should reset that machine of yours. Now, let me go very fast. You are the one who is provoking me to say things.
Don't go very fast. We always have time. We can always do another thing another day. You know, we can connect it with our. Which episode is it? The third one.
This is the third one.
Oh, is that so? Looks like we've done.
No, this is the fourth. This is the fourth.
Do we have the 3 online already?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So now, after that crisis stage, now we have what we call now the maturity stage.
Okay.
This maturity stage is now, by now, couples have become mature. And have discovered that when a problem comes, it's the two of us against that problem. Okay. Not me against you.
Oh, now we started with which stage? We started
perfect personality. Then crisis stage or learning stage.
And then now maturity stage.
Now maturity, now you are now matured. When an issue comes, you face the two of you. And you find that you'll be discussing about your future more than your past. When I find there is dirty water on the table or on the floor, I just take a duster and dry it. And that I don't have to call my wife, well, who did this thing here? No, I just take a duster and dry it, and it won't make me a lesser man. I found the place on the table left and it's a bad picture. I just take them to the kitchen and I remain the head of the house. So you have now matured, you know yourself, and nothing intimidates you, nothing threatens in your marriage. You've become partners now. In everything you do, you work together. So this is a very important stage. But I'll not talk about it because our crisis stage was the main issue here.
Yeah.
Now, in crisis stage where most marriages end, we have 3 things that happen there. We have cheating, we have infidelity, and we have unfaithfulness. They are somehow...
Those are the same thing.
Yes, they are somehow used interchangeably, but they have very slight...
Say them again.
Cheating,
we have cheating, we have
infidelity, and we have unfaithfulness. They're very same, but slight difference. Cheating is a general term. I can call it the outer core.
Okay. Again, the 3 things.
Yes. I can call cheating the outer core.
The outer core.
Now, the outer core, you'll find that I tell you, we have a meeting at the office from 2 to 5. But I'm just going to meet Jagero. We are supposed to have a cup of tea with Jagero, but sikutaka my wife ajue. Though Jagero is nothing wrong with me meeting you, but why should she know? Let me just say I was having tea. That's cheating. it doesn't appear as if it's something serious, but I've cheated. Okay, where are you? Right now we are in the meeting. I'll call you later. But she's seeing me. I'm on the in a Twanga trolley supermarket. I'm climbing, going upstairs with my boys. Nothing wrong, not with the ladies. Yeah. I'm with my boys. We're in the supermarket.
Going to watch a game.
Yes, going to watch a game. Where are you, my darling? I'm in a meeting. Let me call you after 1 minute, 30 minutes. I'm in a meeting. Are you sure? Yes. Look back. Is that a meeting? Why didn't you just send me to a meeting? Why didn't you just tell me you're going to watch a game? Will I have beaten you? No, but why do you cheat? So that's cheating. You find that you are doing small things that to you they're not harmless, but they're developing something that's going to be big with the time. So now, your wife now begins losing trust in you because she's like, when are you coming? I'm coming, I'm on my way, but it's jam kidogo. So she's not sure that it's a jam for jam, or you're also again with those boys.
Yeah.
Or it has then developed to another thing that maybe it's ladies. So that it begins weakening your relationship. Now, infidelity now comes to the inner court. At this point, I'll talk about a man. A man is cheating, but he doesn't want the wife to know. This is the point now where you delete messages, you hide chats.
That's infidelity.
Yeah, it's infidelity now. You archives, you are sleeping around, but you don't want her to know.
Archive.
You don't want...
How does archive make things portrayal, by the way? When you archive, what happens? I've never understood the idea of archiving.
Okay, you could to somewhere to kind to just stay there. Though you can come and check the archives things, but now...
But somebody who goes to your phone cannot see it.
But I can't work a folder apart to ziko hapo. But now someone who's not very detailed.
On archive?
Se utaki ionekane.
Oh,
you are hiding it. You are hiding it from them.
Somebody...
So among your messages, you archive that message. Because maybe it was a very sweet message. You want to read it again and again and again. You don't want to delete it because you want to be revising it. It's from a babe somewhere. And neither do you want to have to find it. So
I'm a video.
Yes, yeah. So you know that my wife has access to my phone. I don't hide from her because if I put a pattern, she'll ask me why you're putting the pattern because we agreed to be open. So yes, you let her access the phone, but she won't find anything.
Unless she goes now
very into details, investigating. Yeah, so we'll have the apps like Vault.
But how do you go to archive? Oh, you. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I have archived groups.
Yeah. You can archive group things that you don't want. So you're lazima to archive in kitumbaya. You can even archive things that you want to access them. Like maybe you are seeing so many groups za matanga za harusi. You can go and archive them somewhere. All of them zisikusumbue na notifications. So that's one thing. So you begin now hiding, and then at this point, by then as men we fear our wives. Not that they'll beat us like, if she finds that I'm sleeping with this lady, what will I do? So you don't want to see those messages. So you are very careful not to be found. That's now infidelity. You are sleeping around, but underwater. Nobody should know. Now we can now come to unfaithfulness. That's now the holy of holies. You don't care.
Unfaithfulness?
Yes.
Is that so?
You have now broken all the trust barriers that she had, the suspicions she was having. Now she knows it's happening. You are receiving calls before her. Hey, my babe, tutakutana wapi? Okay, I'm coming. Ako tu, she's here, but I'm coming. Don't worry about her. It's nothing. So wife is aware that you are cheating. You leave your message, your phone. She can see the things you are doing because you no longer respect her. That at this point now, trust is completely lost. Respect is completely lost. There is no love. You take her as a trash. Okay, if you want to pack and go. And the wife is like, if I go, those women he's talking with, he'll bring her in the house. So I better just stay in my marriage. So you're in this marriage, and so at this point is whereby the woman has been crushed so much because she knows what is happening and there is nothing she can do about it. So this is the worst stage. Whereby when marriage is at cheating or infidelity, it can be rescued. When it comes to cheating now, when it comes now to unfaithfulness, it's very hard to rescue it because it has moved from events to patterns. You see, events I think that happen once in a while. Patterns keep on repeating themselves. Like your husband cheated on you when he went to Rwanda to look for some stories. But is he a cheat? Has he ever done it? No, he never did it. I think it's just when he went to Rwanda, he was lonely, and then the environment, he was in a bar, and he could see women screaming in the next room, and he was tempted to buy a prostitute. And then he came home trembling. When you saw a message, he was like, I'm sorry. Yes, I did it. Then he forgave. That's an event. This man, he can ask for forgiveness. You forgive him and you work on your marriage. But patterns happen now in unfaithfulness state. He cheated last week. He's cheating today. He's having another woman. You've been finding messages. You've been talking about the same issue year in, year out. You've been talking about women. It's not one woman. It's a number of women. It's not about one occasion. There are a number of occasions. It's now a point now by a woman even becomes numb. You tell her now, I've seen your husband. With who? With this lady. Oh, the brown one. Where are they? Going to our... Watch out now. There's nothing. You just live like that. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to tame a man? Men cannot be tamed. Men are polygamous by nature, by the way. You see, don't give yourself pressure. Just live. So she has become numb, and she has accepted that that's how life is. You call your mother and tell her, Mom, this man is cheating on me. He's like, that's how men are. Just familiar. You know, marriage is like that. He's your husband now. You respect him. So now you live knowing that, okay, marriage is like that. So this is how it is, okay. But we've gone away from the order of God. That's not how marriage was supposed to be. So now, those are now the three things. Now, if you want to know when to walk out or when to stay in, characters number 1, if this person is remorseful, he says, I'm sorry what I did. I didn't want to. Because, by the way, when you talk about someone cheating, when I was cheating on my wife and then she finds that I'm cheating on her, that just me being found, it also calls for me to begin healing journey. I am as guilty as how we feel that she has been cheated on. But you always say, no, he cheated on me, so I'm the one who needs sailing. This man who was caught unaware, it's the first time because he never knew you will catch him. And then if the lady doesn't prepare, you just come to tap. One day, you are bumping in a message, it has been happening. So the way your heart crashes like that, now you are like, what has been happening with this man? And then you are like, wow, he just find out. What will I do? How do I go to that house? So both of you needs healing and counseling. So if this man can be able to be remorseful, ask for forgiveness, this marriage can be worked on. If now there is accountability pattern or partner, such that now, what measures are we putting in place to avoid this thing from happening again? So like number 1, this lady is our house help I've been sleeping with. You as a husband, you go to work at 8. Your wife goes at 6:30. Leaves you the house help in the house, you leave at 8. You as the husband, because you are the boss, at 3 you are at home. Your wife being employed, she's coming home at 6:37. You have office just around, hers is in town, she's coming at home at 7. Now, this house help, where I always leave you with her, we had a very funny and stupid case we handled one day. My wife's sister has come to visit us. And because our house is small, we share the bed.
Who?
Me, my wife, and the sister. Mm-hmm. My wife is here. She can testify. Because my case was zinaka awkward. These people are spending on the same bed. The wife, the husband, but the sister sleeps facing down. That's the only difference. Ati wanasema there is no space. That's one extra mattress. So that's what they were doing. And now this wife wakes up at 6 a.m. to go to work, leaving the husband facing up and the sister down, and assuming they're in a very safe environment, they can't turn.
Oh, man,
So she's coming to us like, my husband is cheating on me with my sister. Okay, how? Walianzaje? At me, I go to work. I don't know that they're having sex in the house. So where does your sister stay in that small house of yours? We spend on the same bed. Madam, you spend on the same bed with your sister. Yes, we don't have another place. So how do you sleep? She sleeps facing this side, has to face that. Kumbe when I leave, she turns and faces this side. So, okay, who is stupid here? Or who should we be judging here? Or what is...
Do you think that, however small the house is, there is a kitchen though? I mean, it can't be that small, bro.
No, the new was that they had these seats, ambazo you can't sleep on them, these single seats. Hawana sofa set, and then they don't have an extra mattress or an extra.
I think that is what that is the discussion we had with you when you say that we will, if somebody comes like that, we find them a place.
I've been saying things like that because you see that is, I can say that's an induced cheating. You've just induced cheating in your marriage.
We have to stop this conversation. We Finish. Now you have got like how many minutes? Like 1 minute to finish. Because you're supposed to talk about your books, remember?
Yeah. So I say that that's just an example that if you can see a pattern that's being repeated, if you see there is an event that happened, and then this person has put down measures on how to make sure that thing doesn't repeat. Like now, the house help is here. He's been down as making us cheat. What do? We get rid of her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing to control the environment. Okay, we've been staying on this plot. You've been cheating with this neighbor. What do? If the neighbor can't leave, we have to leave.
Okay.
You've been cheating with your staff, this lady, and you're the CEO. You fire her. So there are things that you have to put. Okay, what measures? This lady that you've been chatting with, their number one, you block her. Delete her number. Let us not be able to block on Facebook everywhere. That's one of the measures that we take. Yes, we know we'll meet you one day, but now once you've blocked and then we have put measure that we can be able to monitor any progress of you are doing, you can't cheat again. But now, when you see patterns are repeating, and then number two, when you ask the person who has cheated why they cheated, then they become defensive. They justify their action. They blame you. It's time to walk out. Because I was giving when to stay and when to walk. When to stay is when they are able to agree, they are able to ask for forgiveness, and they want to be accountable. When to walk out is they're defensive. They're telling you, there's nothing happening between that lady. You're just being judgmental. You're overthinking. Number two, you made me cheat. You know, if you'd have not done that, me, I could not have not cheated. You know, you were sick and I was horny. I was dry spell. I had to cheat. So usually I was in the office and you were never picking my call, so I had to cheat. So when you see them coming up with the excuses, blaming games, you defending themselves, that is now a time to leave. Especially if there's a pattern that has been repeating itself. It's time to leave. Finally, I'll say that a marriage that has undergone infidelity and both couples are willing to work on their marriage, it can come out very strong. Because found that after cheating, only one partner is struggling to bring this marriage work. You remember the story of the bulls? One bull is down, one bull is trying to pull it up. So you must be both of you willing to make this marriage work. And if you are able to overcome it, becomes the strongest marriage. It's like you had a house made of thatched house and soil. And then that house is swept away by wind. You'll say, oh, now let us build another house. You won't build like the other one that was. You now let us come up with bricks, a strong foundation, strong pillars, then we have a strong marriage. So the one that will come out of infidelity will become very strong than the last one. I haven't even talked about what the Bible says about divorce.
You will talk about it in the next episode.
But just know that Bible does not support divorce. It doesn't.
It does not.
It doesn't.
The books.
Even if you tell him that if in case of infidelity, it doesn't.
The books. Litakukamata tu.
We have 3 books.
Okay.
That we've written with my wife. The first book is called Sacred Intimacy. This book is just to revive your marriage, to bring back energy in your marriage, to bring healing, and also to cause you have sex daily. You saw my wife affirming that.
To have sex daily.
Yes, because you are going to have a lot of triggers that will make you have sex daily. You can't be doing those and then you just remain the same. Jagero, you'll be looking for.
You mambo ya have sex daily bwana. Unafinya sana.
But you've seen she has confirmed. Haikuwa rumors, she was here.
She confirmed.
And then you have another book is called Healing After Infidelity. If you've just gone through what I've just discussed right now and you feel you need healing, both of you, this book can help you. The third book is called Bridging the Distance, for those in long distance marriages. If you are in a long distance marriage and you want to come together, it will really help you. And then our children, our firstborns, the duo models have done a book we launched just the other day. Don't assume you don't know, and you are there.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
The book is called.
I was so envious of how smart they were.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So it's called The World Through Child's Eye. It's about their story, how they've been inspiring. So all these books are only going for how much? 500 shillings. 500. If you want them, you can reach me through 0728 794 307 or my wife 0716 876169. People of the internet, that was Dalu Jagero.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, people of the internet. It was a very, very good one. I always love talking to this ninja of mine, and it is truly amazing. We are on our way to 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. If you love this this episode, please consider subscribing so that we can reach 100,000. I can't wait to have that silver plaque. Or plaque. Chuka, you're the professor. What is it called? Plaque or plaque? Till another episode. Bye for now.